Welcome back to yet another episode with my Sprinter van belt. And as I showed you in the previous video, which I link up here in the corner, the reason why I'm doing now the repairing stuff, it's explained in this video. So when everything is too expensive, you need to try to fix the things only by yourself. And here we are. Stay tuned to follow up how I change the parts. Yeah, the car has been a igloo, a lot of snow. Hope it's easy to clear it. Here we have all the parts. This is how it looks like. Here you see one failure which I have caused with a braking system, and you see the pipe here. It's like turning around. I don't know if you can see it. So I have to untwist it, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this here. You call them on English control arm. And I plan to change this here, and this little piece here on top, so that everything is done, and I need to have some additional later on and extra work. And I'm also going to change the suspension here. You have like a piece which is going from one side to the other side, so it will be interesting. But yeah, this is most of the work or things what need to be changed and can be damaged over time. So first I'm going to unscrew this bolt here. It's on top, and then underneath here, so I can loosen everything on this side. And I also have to unscrew here. So for not having all the weight on this and on this, I have to take this off first, then this one, and this in the end. Hey push! A little bit sit up. Come here. Push, push. Come. Come here. No. Come here. Yeah. As always, the GoPro is dying because of the cold weather. We have only 0 Celsius and the batteries are not working well. And they claim to be that should be batteries for cold conditions. Anyway, so I hung up the caliper and the brake disc. You had to unscrew it here. It's quite heavy, so it's important that you don't mess it up with the pipes here and the cables. So I had to unscrew it, otherwise I would never get this out. I tried to have a workaround, but it wasn't working. So now I can go over to the other side and unscrew the other side, so that I can start here after, but I need to take off the tension. Okay, here's the thing. You see that? This is broken again due to all the rust. It was really easy with the impact tool. So if you're not going to change the control arm and you break it, it will be a big issue. So it's worth it to pay the extra money to change everything so that you're safe to be able to screw your car together again. Finally I managed to remove the plates underneath from the, how you call it, from this one here. So now I can see. Now I can take this out. So let's change this one. Hope you can see it. Hey, day number 3 on repairing my car. My entire body is hurting, but as you know, keep pushing on to get the project done. It's raining and it's really ugly outside. Everything turned into ice, so I have to go along the wall here to not fall down. Now I'm at the car and it's really slippery, as you see. Yep, so just get started. It's still really wet. Oh. So here I changed the suspension and it was really easy to replace it. You just loosen on the control arm the plate and then you just pull it out and pull the new one in. Then you have this here. This is some rubber to take the shock absorption, and then it's need to be in place here again, and I don't need to forget to use some copper paste for all the bolts. So just hand tied 2 bolts here on the right side and on the left side to keep everything up, and now I can do everything and having 2 hands to place the other bolts. Okay, now everything is in place, and I will just stop filming as it would be only unnecessarily material for you. You just use the tool to screw it tight and everything is in place. Same with the other side. So I'm just showing you how it looks like. So here you have a bolt here and here, this one, and one is here hidden, there, and here. And this is how it looks like here without the plate. Here and here you see the suspension, and here you have a control arm. Okay, this is the status. We unscrewed this here and changed the rubber here, and there was one bolt, it got damaged, and it took me hours to remove it, and it wasn't possible. As I used a special screw to put in, and it was also broken inside of it, so it was impossible to drill it out again. So when we used the power tool on air pressure and just smashed it in, and it is like a bolt inside. What was it called? Reef nut. You have a reef nut inside, and we smashed it into the beam, and then we put the new one inside, so we can have a new bolt. So here's the control arm changed, and here you have a inner control arm, and this one. Everything is new. So we have to change this here now, and the suspension. So see, everything is in place, and this is what I have done earlier. The new brake discs. Yeah, let's get started. So now we screwed this here tight, so you have to use the Torx and wrench key. It applies to both of them. But here I don't manage to tighten it, so I have to remove the suspension first. Now we have secured the brake disc and the caliper with this here, on there, and here with a hook. So now we can remove the suspension here. You just need to be careful with the wires here, and when it's ready to go. Finally everything is in place. This is a new one. Everything here is new. Same on the other side. I had to unscrew everything because this was upside down and I was missing a plate. So it was really important, and it's good that I have seen it. So is it. So it's going. This has been a difficult project for me, as it lasts for 4 days, and it was from working early in the morning until late afternoon. And as you see in this video, it can be challenging to get loose some bolts, and if they break, it's really hard to fix it, especially if you have to renew the bolt system. But everything is working out in the end, and I'm showing you a small walkthrough about the parts which I used and how much it cost. And it was only my own labor time I had to invest. If I would have done this work in the local car dealer or car workshop, I think it's worth about 120,000 Norwegian kroners. It's roughly 12,000 euros. You had to pay maybe more for this kind of work what I have done the last 4 days. And I also choose to renew more parts in, even if they wasn't needed to change. But if I'm doing the work one time, I would like to fix everything, so that I don't end up in 6 months or 12 months and I have to unscrew everything all over again. That's why I decided to change way more parts, even if it wasn't necessary. So stay tuned to see the walkthrough about the costs. I'm using the internet site outtro.no, and this is really good. It was like 95% when I order parts from this site. It's everything working out good. As you see here, it's a total amount of 15,797 kroners, which are the parts I have changed. So here you have the shock absorbers from Monroe, some on top on it, lager, and the rubber. And then you have a leaf spring here. Yeah. This I actually have to return. It wasn't needed, as they are inside the control arm on both ends. And here you have one control arm for the left and the right side. Here you have protection for the shock absorbers and the protection for the stang here. Yeah, this is all. There are all the parts, and here you see the complete amount of it. And I think on the car service it would cost, maybe only in parts, I think approximately 50,000-60,000 kroners, which are 6,000 euros. Getting picked up by a friend, Semyon Gerlitz. You know him from one video which I have done in Nixon, the interview. I link it up here in the corner so you can check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video and I could give you an insight about the daily thing here. It wasn't the best video quality or the light settings, but this is authentic as I filmed it how it is actually. If you compare to other videos, maybe you have always the perfect lighting. We are here in the Arctic polar circle. The sun is not setting over horizon anymore, so what should I do? I cannot rig everything with huge lighting setup only to maintain maybe the common quality on YouTube. And I would like to keep it authentic as it is and easy as possible also for my part. So see you in the next one.